Okay. Hi everyone.
Hi everyone.
Today is June 12th, 2021. We're just going to do a quick tour of the garden today. We haven't done one in a little while and we just want to give an update of what's going on. So let's show you around.
Let's check it out.
So here's our quince tree. There were a few flowers this year. This is its second year in the ground. And I think maybe they weren't pollinated because they dried up and fell off. So we have no fruit this year, but it seems to be healthy, putting out a little bit of growth. So that's all we can hope for.
That's it.
The rest of the front yard is doing really well. You know, we have a lot of hostas. It's been warm, but cooled off a little bit, and they're still alive, not too dry yet.
We have our Arctic raspberries, which really took off and took over. They're growing in giant pots that are underneath. You can't even see them anymore. But if you look through here, through these Arctic raspberries, you can actually see berries developing.
I didn't know.
Yeah, they're not ripe yet nearly, but I think there are many more berries underneath this brush of leaves.
We have our rhubarb plant, which is still alive. That is the one rhubarb that survived last year.
Haven't had good luck with rhubarb until this year. Yeah, our strawberry bed, you know, these strawberries that are left over are doing pretty well. I pulled a bunch of strawberry plants that were failing, and, well, I can talk about that in another video, but basically the roots of the plants that were failing looked like they basically melted away. Something either ate them from the ground up, or some kind of maybe fungus, or
Nematode.
I don't know, nematodes. Yeah, all kinds of things are possible, but hopefully these will make it. And I also pulled out some healthy plants and replanted them in pots, and those are doing pretty well now too. We
have our cool weather crop bed. I basically keep this covered the entire time. So here in the front, there's some lettuce that's gone to seed. I'm waiting for this to produce seeds so I can collect them for next year. We have carrots behind that, which I think are getting close to ready to harvest. That is red Russian kale that's gone to flower here. Gailon, Chinese broccoli. Here's my Priya Chaba broccoli, which is like a sprouting type of broccoli that really makes these smaller branching broccoli sprouts, and we harvested the main head of that last week. Cabbages are growing really well right now. Some leeks. We have a ton of weeds that we really need to take out of here. They have just completely taken over. And over here, this is all kale, red Russian kale, and then this sprouting one is a red Russian kale.
All right, let's visit the berry garden for a second. So here in the berry garden, we have my honeyberry plants, and well, this one has done producing for the year. I got maybe a pound worth of berries from this, which was very good. This younger plant over here had some really nice, huge berries near the bottom of it, but unfortunately those were eaten by somebody. So I'm gonna have to cover this with bird netting or something for next year. But overall, I'm very pleased with how these have worked out. And here are my currant bushes. Right now I made these structures out of basically metal wire and put bird netting over it because the berries are getting ripe, and we have a lot of creatures that like to eat these things. So I don't want the berries to get eaten, but you can see many clumps of berries already on this plant. This is a red currant, and I think some of these are starting to blush a little bit, although it may be just an illusion. Anyway, this little one is a white currant, but if you look closely, it also has a couple of clumps ready to go. I don't know, that's probably not ripening yet. And then my main producer of red currants, this plant is about 4 years old now, and it is just brimming with berry clumps. And these are ripening already. Look at that. It's just all over the plant. You see a lot of berries, and I'm looking forward to having those. And then my little gooseberry plant. This plant is tiny. It's like a bonsai gooseberry, and it didn't produce anything last year, but this year, look at this. It just exploded with berries on pretty much all of these little branches. I don't know how this little plant is producing all of this, but there you go. Really looking forward to those ripening. And as always, here's our row of raspberries. That's looking very healthy and has berries already right now. So these will be ready in a few weeks.
Okay, so now we are at the tomato bed. Things have really started to grow. We had some really nice warm weather and a couple of good rains. So things are making progress. We have I don't know, maybe 8 varieties of tomatoes here. I'll start pointing them out when we actually get fruit so we can compare them. There's really nothing special to look at right now.
And I love growing the dill in between the tomatoes. It's so nice to have that randomly during the tomato season.
The thought behind it was that as the tomatoes grow taller and the weather warms up, they cast shade and we're able to have the dill last a little bit longer.
Yeah, it's so great for fish and for pickling and marinating things. I love it.
We have nasturtiums in the corners. These are supposed to just bring good beneficial insects. They are nice tasting and they're beautiful. And we do have a little fruit coming here, which I'm excited about. It's a huge tomato. And then down the end here, we have our garlic bed, which is just starting to put off the garlic scapes. I think that we'll harvest those maybe in the next week or so. And then a week or two after that, you pull the garlic up. So we'll see how that turned out.
Yes, I love garlic scapes and turning them into either marinated scapes or kimchi, and stay tuned for episodes with recipes for those.
One thing I'm thinking about looking at the garlic now is I really think we could space them a lot closer together. It takes up a huge amount of space from October until July, and it really, I mean, the bulbs are not that big under the ground. So that's something I'd like to maybe change next year. So these are the potatoes. They've started to put off some flowers. We have the Russian banana potato, rosefin apple, and I think a russet variety, and I don't remember which one's where. We have the cut flower garden here, which is just some snapdragons and apricot straw flowers, which are just starting to open soon.
Oh, and those cosmos are opened up here.
Oh yeah.
And they're very pretty. Look at that.
That's the, here is the beautiful chamomile. We need to harvest these and dry them. They smell wonderful.
Very nice.
Here in the front, it's supposed to be melons. These all got eaten. There's just weeds here now. I planted some more inside and I'm going to transplant them. Back there are the crookneck squash and a yellow patty pan. In the corner, I have some radishes, just growing them for the pods because we really like those in pickles. Here, one lone cucumber plant. Everything else got eaten, so we'll have to replace those as well. The borage flower is starting to bloom. So beautiful.
Excellent.
These actually all self-seeded from last year. I did move some of them around, but I didn't have to plant any myself. This nasturtium is doing beautifully.
A bunch of beet failures.
The beets got leaf miners again very badly this year, so I probably need to be better about spraying something preventively. I did spray BT on them maybe 2 weeks ago, and they're recovering. I don't know if we'll get any beets from them. Here is our favorite buttercup squash. I have 2 plants in each section, and I have the same on the other side of the trellis too. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. These are turnips that have gone to tasting horrible, but the chickens really like them, so I'm just letting them stay. We have the alderman tall telephone pea. Birds have been eating the top off of these, but we're still getting a good number of them. They're pretty tasty. We also have a whole bed of Lincoln peas back here that have been decimated by some kind of animal.
I'm gonna pick one off right now and have it.
There's some nice looking ones. You can see that somebody came and
decimation.
Just chewed the crap out of them.
Yeah,
so.
It's not so bad. There's still plenty left over for us to harvest, but...
This bed, zinnias on this side, those are the Queen Lime Red zinnias. We have a bed of okra. Beyond that, there's 3 varieties: Alabama Red, the Heavy Hitter, and the most common one that I'm drawing a blank right now.
Okay.
Here, more of the buttercup squash. These are all kinds of peppers, poblanos. We have the Puma pepper, which is that really dark, kind of black looking plant over there. Jalapenos, habanadas. These are the Tanya's pink potted beans. Somebody ate them last year, so. Got onions here. Those are the some Spanish variety. And that's it for the garden beds. All right, well, we'll say goodnight from Summit Farm. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. See you later.
Bye.